Hey, everybody out there. I hope y'all are doing good this evening. Kind of putting my boat back together and starting to, this is the time of year that, I've been working on my boat. I got new carpet put in it by Arkansas Bass Boat Restoration, and I can't thank those guys enough. I'm going to give you a tour of that here soon. But put new wiring in and some other things and just doing some maintenance and just poor old girl needed some love. But now I'm starting to put all my tackle back in here and start getting ready for my tournament season. It's going to start here in February. And I was putting some of my tackle boxes back in and, changing hooks and doing everything that we do. And I was looking through one of my most important boxes that I have in the boat, and it's my accessory box. Now, this box came out of necessity. I was constantly finding myself looking for a hook, looking for a trailer hook, looking for a skirt, looking for a snap, just any number of just miscellaneous things. And there's nothing more frustrating than in the heat of the moment and you broke a hook on a crankbait and you need another one real quick to get up there and keep fishing while it's happening, and you can't find one. And you got a whole ton of them in the boat somewhere. It's so aggravating. And I got tired of that, so I created this box. It's just a plain old tackle box, and so I'm going to walk you through this thing. As I was looking through it, I realized there were some things I need to add to get this thing back up to speed for the new season. So come along. I'm going to tilt down my high-tech filming apparatus here, and let's take a look. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. I got it right here in my lap. But as you can see, it's just a hodgepodge of a whole lot of different things. And I'm just going to start right up at the top and kind of walk you through the stuff I keep in here that makes my days better on the water. First things first, I keep a whole assortment of willow leaf blades, all different colors, sizes, so that I can change a blade out real quick, or if I throw a blade off a bait, I can add one. I keep a bunch of Colorado blades, all different colors, Indiana blades, all sizes. I can make a quick adjustment, or like I said, throw a blade off, you can put one on. I've got one of these O-ring tools for Senkos and stuff. I'll leave that in here. I also keep an assortment of buzzbait blades. I have had some times that I threw the blade off a buzzbait that I was throwing, and if I'd had a blade to put on there, I would just put it back on that bait and kept on fishing. So I keep a few of those. Feathered trebles, I keep an assortment of those in here. You need one for jerkbait or topwater. I need to add some more of those. I'm getting low. But I keep them in 3 or 4 sizes of treble hooks. Those are super handy at times. In this bag, I have rivets for a buzzbait, little clevises, beads, ball bearing swivels, more ball bearing swivels, just for fixing a spinner bait, or sometimes you're trying to create that right bait on the water. It's handy to have this kind of stuff. Now here's some really the most important some things in this box, and these are all extra trebles, and I use Gamakatsus for the most part, but all the way up through here, I cut the little tab out of there, I drop it down in there like there. I'm out of number 4s. I noticed I need more, but I got 6s, 4s, 5s, 2s. I think I got some 1s in here, and then I have some EWGs as well right here, so that I can mix and match on baits however I need to. I've got trailer hooks, a couple of different sizes. I don't get too crazy on those things, but this trailer hook's in there. I've got a roll of this old school living rubber. I still peg a sinker a lot with this old rubber. I'll do a video on how we used to do that before the bobber stoppers and all that came along. It's super easy, and being a tightwad, I get tired. I don't want to buy them pegs, so I just use this old rubber. Some lead nail weights, a roll of lead wire. This is the handiest stuff you've ever seen. You can wrap that around the hook on a fluke. You can touch up your jerk bait. Any number of things you can do with this lead wire. You can even take if you just need to add a little bit of weight to a 3/8 spinner bait, run some of that around the shank of the hook. You can change the complexity of that bait just with a little bit of lead wire. A really handy thing you need to keep in the boat. Snaps, a whole lot of different sizes. A little clip with split rings all over it. You never know when you need one of those. These are things that you don't need it until you need it, and then you really need it. I've got a couple of kind of oddball frog hooks that I just decided to leave in here because I felt like it was an easier place for me to remember. And then I pre-rigged a lot of these. If you've ever fished a Senko with the blade on the, you kind of cut the tail off, put a blade on the end of it with the hitchhiker in it. I've got an assortment of all those and some just plain hitchhikers. Just like I said, you don't need this stuff often, but man, when you need it, you really need it. I've got right here a whole assortment of these old school flat rubber skirts. And I don't use these a ton, but I still love throwing these at certain times of the year on certain baits. And I really still like this skirt on a buzz bait. So I keep an assortment of probably a handful of different colors right there. I keep some jig rattles, some tube rattles in here as well. I just keep them there. I know where to go get them. A small tube of super glue. I've also got more tubes of that in my other storage, but I keep one in here as well. And then last but not least, and this is probably one of the most important tools I have in my boat as a spinnerbait fisherman and a buzz bait, is the Hook Pal. Now this thing is awesome. And you buy these little clear, red, black little pieces of plastic, and they fit in your, you can see that. See that little notch in there? So you drop those right in there like that. You take a hook, you put a trailer hook on your bait, and now you've got a great keeper. Easy, fast. You know, I love this tool. It's one of the handiest things I got. And I also use these to hold a chunk on a jig, like you're skipping docks and you're using just a regular hang-on chunk. That will keep it from sliding off the hook, or push it down on top of a swim bait and hold it back down on the shank of your hook. Hook Pal. Look them up and get you one of those if you don't have one. I promise you it'll be one of the handiest tools you ever had. Simple little piece of equipment. But that's it right there. It's really quite simple, but it makes your life so much better to know where you can go find these kind of things. It's one of those boxes I look back and go, why didn't I do this sooner? And I keep it right there with my other boxes handy. And man, it makes so many things so much easier. So I hope you're getting your gear ready. I hope you're thinking about the upcoming season. And whether you're a tournament angler or not, and just fishing, this is a great time when the weather's yucky to really go through your equipment. Make sure you got what you need. And if you're anything like me, I think sometimes the tinkering with tackles just as much as the fishing. Maybe funner at times. Sure enough, when it's snowing outside and 0, like it's going to be this weekend. So, hope that helps you some. We'll catch you next time.